A sudden phone call, a devastating message. Losing a loved one is a heartbreak no one is ever truly prepared for. But when the unthinkable happens thousands of miles away from home, that raw grief is instantly compounded by an ocean of distance.
What follows is not just an overwhelming emotional toll, but a daunting logistical nightmare. Families are forced into navigating foreign bureaucracies, unfamiliar language barriers, and complex international laws, all while trying to process their immense loss.
This is the challenging reality of international repatriation. Today, we will explore the delicate, step-by-step process of bringing your loved ones safely home across borders, offering essential guidance and clarity during a family's darkest hour. The call always comes when you least expect it. In an instant, your world is shattered by the news that a loved one has passed away in a foreign country. The emotional chaos that follows is indescribable. Amidst the overwhelming grief, families are immediately hit with a wave of urgent, daunting questions. How do we bring them home? International repatriation is the process of returning a deceased person's remains to their home country. But it is never as simple as booking a flight. It is a highly complex logistical puzzle bound by international law, foreign health regulations, and bureaucratic red tape. Whether the tragic loss is due to an unexpected illness or a sudden travel accident, the reality is deeply overwhelming. Families must suddenly navigate language barriers, contact foreign embassies, and secure international permits, all while processing profound grief. Understanding these initial steps provides a necessary beacon of clarity in the darkest of times. Navigating the repatriation of a loved one often feels like stepping into a complex legal labyrinth. The process begins with securing the most crucial foundational document, the local death certificate issued by the authorities in the country where the passing occurred. This document must accurately state the cause of death, as it sets the bureaucratic wheels in motion for everything that follows. Once the local death certificate is obtained, the next stop is usually the deceased's home country consulate or embassy. Consular officials provide essential guidance and issue a consular report of death abroad, which serves as an official record in the home country. At this stage, the deceased's passport must also be presented for cancellation, a necessary security measure before international transport can be authorized. International health regulations require strict adherence to specific preparation standards. Therefore, an official embalming certificate or a certificate of sanitation is mandatory to ensure public health safety during transport. With these documents in hand, the final puzzle piece is the transit permit, sometimes called a burial transit permit, which grants official permission for the remains to cross international borders. It is important to understand that these legal requirements are not universally standardized. Every country has its own specific regulations and treaties, and missing a single official stamp, notary seal, or certified translation can cause heartbreaking delays at customs. Navigating this bureaucratic labyrinth requires patience, precision, and very often the specialized assistance of an international funeral director to ensure all international laws are strictly and properly followed. When a loved one passes away abroad, returning them home involves navigating a complex web of international health and safety standards. At the core of this journey is often the strict requirement for professional embalming. This is not simply a traditional practice. It is a vital step, heavily mandated by global aviation protocols and international health authorities to ensure safe cross-border transport. Airlines will not accept a casket without a strict guarantee that public health standards are met. A licensed and highly certified mortician plays a critical role in making this transport possible. Operating in a sterile, modern environment, they meticulously prepare the body using specialized equipment. Their work ensures that the remains are deeply preserved and completely sanitized for a long international flight. This careful, professional process is absolutely essential to prevent the spread of pathogens and to protect public health across borders. Once complete, the mortician infused an official embalming certificate, a crucial document required by customs and airlines. However, international regulations are far from uniform. The exact requirements can shift dramatically based on the destination country and the specific cause of death. For instance, passing away from a highly infectious disease triggers much stricter containment rules. Looking at global policies reveals a divided landscape. While many nations mandate rigorous embalming for repatriation, others have different protocols, sometimes requiring cremation as a safer alternative for international movement.
Once the legal and consular hurdles are cleared, the physical journey home begins. Booking this final flight is a highly specialized process. Human remains cannot be flown on just any commercial flight. They must be booked as specialized cargo with airlines that have specific protocols in place.
To ensure dignity and safety during transit, international regulations require specific shipping containers. Typically, a casket is placed inside an air tray, a specialized wooden base with a heavy-duty cardboard cover, or a combination unit if a casket is not used. Airport ground staff, often wearing personal protective equipment, handle these units with the utmost care and respect. At the tarmac, these specialized containers are loaded securely into the aircraft's cargo hold. This is a delicate operation requiring specialized loading equipment and trained personnel. Inside the aircraft, the designated cargo compartments are carefully pressurized and temperature controlled. This controlled environment is absolutely essential to preserve the remains throughout long-haul international flights, ensuring everything remains undisturbed across time zones and oceans. The journey doesn't end when the wheels touch down. At both the origin and destination airports, the shipment must clear rigorous customs procedures. A dedicated portfolio of accompanying documentation must travel physically alongside the remains. Customs officers meticulously review the death certificate, consular mortuary certificate, and transit permits to verify compliance with international transport laws before finally releasing the loved one to the receiving funeral director. When a loved one passes away abroad, the logistical challenges are accompanied by significant financial realities. The cost of repatriating remains typically ranges from $5,000 to over $15,000. This encompasses several distinct expenses, including professional embalming, specialized air freight charges, consular fees for permits, and the services of funeral directors in both countries. Given these substantial expenses, it is crucial to immediately check for any existing insurance coverage. Many comprehensive travel insurance policies, premium credit cards, or specialized expatriate health plans include specific provisions for the repatriation of mortal remains. Carefully reviewing these policy documents can reveal significant financial relief during an incredibly difficult time. If insurance coverage is unavailable, your home country's consulate can often provide guidance on local resources or charitable organizations, though they generally do not cover the costs themselves. Regardless of your funding source, always insist on obtaining detailed, itemized quotes from multiple international funeral directors. This ensures complete financial transparency and helps you avoid unexpected expenses along the journey. Losing a loved one far from home is never easy. Navigating the complex maze of international laws and customs for repatriation can feel overwhelming during a time of deep grief. But remember, you do not have to go through this challenging journey alone. Experienced professionals are available to handle the details, ensuring your loved one is brought back to their final resting place with the utmost dignity. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For comprehensive resources, dedicated guidance, and compassionate support during these difficult times, please visit funeralhealth.com. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.